How's it going, everybody? The Seer here, and today we are going to be doing our maximum efficiency run for the Shadow King trials. Now, on this run, we are going to be doing difficulty 15 that you see here. This is going to be all packs, and I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on this. I did a lot of runs yesterday, just kind of fine-tuning the efficiency bonuses that this ends up getting, and it looks like every turn that you have, your points do go down by about 8 points. Looks to be the kind of the formula for this. I'm not positive what the max efficiency is. We can probably figure that out, or somebody might be able to put that in the description or comments below. Now, for this run, I currently sit at rank 68 that you see here. I have a 1.65 to almost 3 million points, which my goal was to kind of get to the 1653 mark. However, based on where the leaderboards currently sit, it looks like that point where it's 1653 is about the top 38 people, and Nemesis is actually up here too. Give a quick shout out to Nemesis. He's an awesome content creator, does a lot of streaming on Twitch and everything, so make sure to check him out. Now, the way I was able to kind of fine tune this to where I'm at, Irish Joker basically gave me a heads up saying, hey, these teams end up working for me. He got a very good score, and when I was doing the stream of this, he was in stream kind of helping me out a little bit as far as fine-tuning the target priorities and everything. So I do appreciate that, and how I can kind of share this with the community. So big shout out to Irish Joker as well. Now, for this run, I do have a fairly big account, like 126 million power. So I do have characters I know some of you don't have, like Mephisto, Odin, and stuff like that. So when I end up going into those nodes, I'll kind of say what alternatives you can kind of use to help out with this. Or you can use my previous video, and that should be able to kind of give you a little bit of a heads up. I'll put timestamps and the previous video in the description if you kind of want to use that for reference. If I have some characters that you don't have, maybe give you some ideas to help you guys out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this run. For node 1, this is going to be the no restriction prep node for the Shadow King trial. Now, the abilities I do want to get prepared for this is going to be Old Man Logan's ultimate, Deathpool's ultimate, to where she has the 5 charges. Basically, we can get 4 charges on her. When we end up going into the node 5, we're going to be able to ult turn 1 and kill this Spider Weaver. So our goal is to get 4 charges on her minimum. For Nightcrawler, we want to make sure that his ultimate ability is ready as well. We're going to end up needing that on node 4, which is that Brawler node. Basically, for that node, we're going to ult turn 1 with him. That's going to remove the positive effects of the taunts and get slows out there. It's very impactful and really helps that node out as far as the efficiency goes. Now, the 2 additional characters that we're bringing along are going to be Odin and Mephisto. Now, I know not everybody has these. However, the purpose for this is going to be Odin using the battlefield effect where you basics every turn. Mephisto with the no revive mechanic is very impactful as well. Now, if you don't have one or both of these characters, you could slot in Vol as the next option. Having Vol's ultimate ready is going to be pretty impactful as well. Or node 4, when you get to that Brawler, or the Brawler node. The other option that you could end up using as the 5th on here would be Apocalypse. He ends up getting the extra damage. He does splash damage as well. He'd be a good option that you could fit in. Or end up doing Leader, where you have that 50 charges to help you out with the global villain node. So those would be the alternates that I would end up using for this. As far as ISOs go, I have everybody as a striker and Old Man Logan as a skirmisher. That way you can take advantage of the striker skirmisher combination. We're going to be getting triple hits on every single turn, sometimes 4 hits, because Odin and Old Man Logan both would end up doing that assist mechanic. So it's very impactful and helps you get a very good efficiency score for this node. To start this off, we're going to end up using the ultimate from the Mephisto as far as the pack goes. Now we're going to target this Daredevil and use the basic. That's going to end up doing a nice rebound damage. For Nightcrawler, we're going to end up using the special into one of the Moon Knights. It's just going to get a stun out there. It's going to do some extra damage to everybody. It really doesn't matter because, as you see, they end up dying very quickly. Odin, we're going to end up using the basic. And now that it's Old Man Logan's turn, we're going to use the special. This is just going to get a stun out there. It's going to do some nice rebound damage again. And now we can end up using the ultimate from Death Pool. And I end up targeting the Electra here. So now we have 2 charges on the Death Pool. We're getting closer to where we can end up using the 4 charges for the prep mechanic for it. So now that this wave is done, we have 2 more waves left to go. We're going to end up using the basic from Nightcrawler into Colleen Wing. And now I'm going to end up using the ultimate into the Colleen Wing. That's 3 charges now on Death Pool. We're actually making pretty good headway on this. Now I'm going to end up using the ultimate here. It should be back by the time we finish this node off. I'm going to end up selecting the Hand Sentry. I'm going to end up basicing. And now we're going to basic. So now we have another option. So we're going to use the ultimate from Death Pool into Blade. That's the 4 charges that we need. So Death Pool is now ready to go for that node. I'm going to end up using the special again into the Blade. So we got the stun on him. I want to slow play this just a little bit until we get that ultimate ready before we clear this off. I'm now going to switch over to Oath. I'm going to do the basic from Nightcrawler on her. Basically, if Blade or Oath ends up taking their turns, it could really mess up our efficiency and kind of put us in a bad situation. I'm going to basic into the Oath right there. All right, so now Old Man Logan's ultimate is ready. I'm going to end up basicing into her again. And when it gets to Odin's turn, we are going to end up selecting Moon Knight. We are going to ult. So this is going to call the assist into Moon Knight right there because he's getting close to his turn. And let's go ahead and basic into Oath. And now when it gets to Mephisto's turn, we should be good to ult to clear the wave. Actually, Odin's going to clear the wave. Basic into Blade. And there's the clear on that one. As far as the score goes, let's see what we got. Looks like we got a 165,272. That is about average of what I end up getting for this run. So we are on pace of what we did for my best rep. For node 2, this is the Illuminati node. Now, I do have a 1 diamond Captain Britain for this. However, I have seen people able to clear this by using Black Bolt as an option. So you definitely can use that. The Captain Britain's just going to help you climb that leaderboard rank a little bit higher. As far as placement goes, I do like putting Iron Man between Hank Pym and Black Panther Shuri. That way I am able to push out ability energy to the Hank Pym and Black Panther Shuri. For ISOs, I do like Hank Pym being a striker for this, Captain Britain being a striker as well. I did make Iron Man a striker for this, however I could see a case for Raider for this, so you can get the high damage out there. Black Panther Shuri I do like as a Raider, and Mr. Fantastic I like as a skirmisher. There's going to be a lot of assist mechanics that come in when we use the basic from Hank Pym, which is why I like that striker, so we can try to get some vulnerables out there, and then he can get that follow-up hit into that. But let's go ahead and get this hit going. Now, for the start of this matchup, I do like to target the Lizard with Black Panther Shuri and using this special. That's going to get an ability block on him, and that's going to help it to where he's not going to be able to ult on us for turn 1. For Hank Pym's turn, I like to target the Kraven in the back corner. He's kind of hidden. Use the ultimate. This is going to get slows out there along with the trauma, and this is going to slow down the Spider Slayer from actually using a turn on us. For Captain Britain, I do like to use the special into that same Kraven that we targeted previously. That's going to get a stun on him and a nice rebound chain going. For Mr. Fantastic, I do end up targeting the second Kraven and using this special. This is going to get a stun on him. Now, if either of those stuns do get resisted, just reset and go back into the game as far as the node goes. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad efficiency. Now, I do like to follow this up by using the special from Iron Man. This is going to extend those negative effects. It's going to call some extra assist in. For Black Panther Shuri, I'm going to end up using the ultimate into that Absorbing Man. This is going to rewind these characters a little bit. And what our goal is, we want the Lizard to end up taking his turn before the Captain Britain. Once that happens, the Safeguard will fall off, and then we can use this basic to get rid of those death proofs, and it really helps out. For Hank Pym, I'm going to target this Craven that's really injured in the back corner. I'm going to basic into him. This is going to call a lot of assistant and should take care of it. So right there, the lizard ends up taking his turn. The safeguard is now fallen off. We're going to use this basic of Captain Britain into the lizard. This is going to get rid of those death proofs. Right there, he blocked one. Striker attack comes in. Now all of his death proofs are removed. This is going to make it to where the efficiency to kill them is going to be a whole lot easier. I'm going to end up using the ultimate here into the leader. That's going to call assistant. Let's go ahead and basic into that leader as well. All right, now we're going to target. Let's go for the abomination. We're going to special. This is going to hit this nice area of characters. All right, let's go ahead for the Craven. We're going to basic into him. This is going to call a bunch of assistant. I'm going for him because he's getting close to his turn. All right, let's go ahead and take out the leader now. We're going to basic into him. I want to save a special for the next wave that's coming down here shortly. We're going to basic into the Spider Slayer. The nice thing about Iron Man is his basic gives out that defense down. It really helps out with the extra damage. All right, we're going to go into the Red Hulk. Let's go ahead and basic into him. We're going to ult into that Red Hulk. This is going to put slows out there. It's going to get the trauma, nice AoE damage. So right here, the Green Goblin Classic and both Iron Patriots end up dropping down. I'm going to special with Captain Britain into the Green Goblin Classic, so we do got the stun on him. For Mr. Fantastic, I'm going to target this Namor. I'm going to ult because he's getting close to his turn. We're going to basic into this Iron Patriot next to the Green Goblin Classic. And now we're going to use the special. This is going to hit everybody, send those negative effects. We got the one Iron Patriot killed. Now we need to kill off this other one. We're going to basic with Hank Pym. And now we're going to finish this off with a basic from Captain Britain. Let's see what our score is on this hit. We got a 165,256. This is actually a really good score. Usually get about a 232 as far as the points goes. So it looks like we had a very good efficient hit for this one. For node 3, this is going to be the global villain node. And I'm going to end up using my Cabal team. And I do have the Striker Skirmisher combination to where Iron Patriot's going to be a Skirmisher for this. The other two members will be a Striker. I have Lady Deathstrike in here as a Striker and Agatha as a Raider. The reason I like Agatha is because as we start knocking the enemy health to that health threshold, her passive is going to proc off, and it's really going to save us a lot of efficiency for that. Lady Deathstrike does massive damage and kind of sets the tone for the opening of this matchup. Let's go ahead and get this hit going. I'm going to start by actually targeting the Peggy Carter and using the special from Lady Deathstrike. The reason I like targeting her is because it gives a chance to get a kill right off the bat or a very close one. Now I'm going to target the Iron Man Infinity War. I'm going to use the special from the Iron Patriot. This is going to end up killing the Peggy and pushing the Cosmic Ghost Rider to get another ping. Namor, we're going to target the Cosmic Ghost Rider here. We're going to use the special, and that's going to kill those three characters. And now we have a kill on the Iron Man Infinity War. Now that Black Knight has dropped down, we're going to use the special from the leader into him. This is going to call a series of attacks in, and we almost get the kill, and Agatha almost takes him out. There we go. Nope, he's still standing. All right, for the Namor, I'm going to end up targeting the Ironheart. I'm going to use the ultimate. The main reason I'm doing that is because we're going to end up using leader's ultimate later on, and that's going to get that back for us if we need it. For the Iron Patriot, I'm going to use the ultimate into the Iron Man Infinity War here. And now we're going to end up using a basic. Let's go into the Star brand because Agatha's turn is coming up. And now we're going to end up using an ultimate. Let's target the US agent, and this should clear the wave. And there it is. Let's see what score we got on this one. This got us a 165, 368. That's a fairly good score. Average is about a 360. I've gotten a 376 before. That's the extra 8 points that we mentioned at the beginning of the video, where it's intervals of 8 points. So I'm very happy with that hit. For Node 4, we're going to end up using Blade, Nightcrawler, Guardian, Thanos Endgame, and Vault. This gives us 3 characters that put exposed out on the field. It gives us 3 characters as well that give stun for some board control, and Blade, who has a nice turn meter rewind and a permakill option. So this node here has a lot of RNG that we have to factor in. Mainly it's going to be due to these stuns. Can we stun the Nimrods, the Sentinels, and the Omega Sentinel to get that control? Also, if you're able to time it where Blade can get the kill on Omega Sentinel, that's going to be pivotal to us being able to get a very good efficiency score. Now, something that you can do is try to save Blade's ultimate. Have that prepped at the end of this. That way you can use him again on the next Growler non-mythic node. Starting off with Blade's ultimate there is going to be impactful. We're going to see how far off he is, if it's worth burning, if we get to that point. Now, as far as ISOs go, I do like making Nightcrawler a skirmisher for this. He has a hard time landing stuns on the Nimrod, Mega Sentinel. So I try to get the extra focus so that we can try to get those landed for this node. Blade I like as a striker, Thanos Endgame, Ball as a striker, Guardian as a raider. If you want, you can make some other characters raiders to really take advantage of Blade's passive. Let's go ahead and get going. Now for the opening of this matchup, we're going to end up using the ultimate into one of the Sentinel bots. That's going to end up stripping those taunts. We got slows out there, so we have some extra control. Blade, we're going to target this Sentinel that's on the right side. Cluster, we're going to ult into there. That's going to do a nice turn meter rewind to this portion of the field. For Vol, we're going to target the other Sentinel. We're going to end up doing a special. This hopefully gets the exposed out there, which it did get resisted for that. Thanos Endgame. There's a Sentinel back in this corner. We're going to special into him. And we did get the trauma stun and exposed out there for that. So that is great. So now we have an option. I'm going to end up using Guardian's ultimate into the Sentinel right here. That way we can get the stun on him. If any of the Sentinels get their turns, it ends up getting the safeguard, and it really drains your efficiency. For Nightcrawler, I'm going to end up targeting this Sentinel here. I'm going to use the special. We did get the stun and exposed out over here next. That's 3 Sentinels that have the stuns out there. We're looking good as far as that goes. Let's go ahead and target the back Sentinel. We're going to basic. He's the closest to having his turn, so I want to try to focus him down. I'm not too worried right now about Omega Sentinel using the pings. I am worried about the turn coming up, though, because that could be devastating if Omega Sentinel gets their turn off. So we do have an option right here. Thanos Endgame got his ability energy up. We are going to use the special into that Omega Sentinel. We did get the stun on her. That is fantastic. So Blade is up. We're going to end up using the special into her. The ability block didn't happen. We did get the drain effect on there. That's good. Guardian, we're going to special into her as well. The Omega Red going, I'm fine with that. All right, so Ball, we're going to end up doing an ultimate that's going to clear some of these characters off. Maybe they survived it. That's actually good because I'm not ready for the Nimrods quite yet to come down. All right, Nightcrawler's up. This Sentinel is about to take a turn. I'm going to use the special. So we did get a kill on him. That's fine. We got a good rebound chain going. Blade's turn is coming up. I'm going to see if Blade can get the kill on Omega Sentinel. I'm going to have Thanos go into the Sentinel over here. Right there, the Omega Sentinel got killed off. The Sentinel got killed off. I'm fine with Sabretooth going. I'm going to try to hit hard into these Nimrods. Let's go ahead and use the special into the one that has defense down. We did get the ability block. We got the exposed in that one. We need to see if we can try and get and stun into the back sentinel next. So Nightcrawler's up. Let's see if the skirmisher pays off into a defense down. It does. So that is good RNG that we're having so far on this hit. Now we're going to have an option here. Do we want to use Blade's ultimate to try to save some efficiency? Now, as far as Thanos endgame goes, I am going to save the special. Let's basic into the injured one here. All right, Vol is up. I'm going to hit this back one with the ultimate. That should kill the front two characters. Riker hit into the Nimrod there. Let's use the special. I'm going to save the ultimate because I want that ultimate ready for the next node that I use them on. Let's use the basic. And there's the kill. Let's see what our efficiency score is on this. I feel really good about this hit. So this got us a 264. That's pretty good. I have gotten a 296, and that's by being reckless. And that ends up hurting me in the future node. So I was a little bit more conservative. So this is actually a pretty good hit. I'm pretty satisfied with this one. For node 5, we're going to use our full Mercs for Money team on here. Now, as far as ISOs go, I am keeping Old Man Logan as a skirmisher. The main reason for that is we're going to be ulting on turn 1. Hey, we want to make sure that we can flip the taunts that's on the 2 Absorbing Man on spawn. That way we can end up using Deathpool's ultimate to get that one shot on the Spider Weaver. That's going to get us the most efficiency. And by having Dakin in here, he does a lot of damage, a lot of bleed effects. So he actually works really well in this node as well. Let's go ahead and get in here. Now, there are a series of RNG checks that we have to do for the opening of this match. The first one is one of the Titanias has to use the ultimate into the Old Man Logan. The next check is going to be Old Man Logan using the ultimate. We need to make sure that both of the Absorbing Man have their taunts get stripped off. The third RNG check is going to be if one of the Titanias uses the ultimate into Deathpool and she gets ability block. So we got lucky right here to where Titania used the ultimate into Deathpool. The ability block did not get applied to her. So we're going to now be able to target the Spider Weaver and use the ultimate, and that gets the perma kill on her. Once you meet those RNG checks, then you're good to kind of proceed on this node. So now for Dakin, we're going to use the special into the Titania. That's going to do a nice chain around. For Deadpool, we're going to target the middle character here. We're going to use the ultimate. This is going to do a nice rebound chain between the trio over here. For Panapool, we're going to end up targeting the Absorbing Man. We're going to use the ultimate. And we already got a few kills, so the Deathpool is proccing off. Now for Old Man Logan, we're going to use the special into the Vol. That's going to get the stun on Vol. I just don't want any chance of Vol actually getting turns to where they end up using their ultimate. That's why I'm a little fearful of that. For Deathpool, we are going to work on getting the charges back up. That way we can use her on the next Mercenary or Undying mode. I'm going to end up using the ultimate from Dakin into the Moonstone. That's going to do a nice turn meter rewind and some pretty good damage to that trio. We're now going to use the ultimate from Old Man Logan. And for Deadpool, I'd like to target the highest health character, use the special. That way he takes out the lowest health, and the assist comes in on the highest health character that I use for the primary target. I'm now going to use Pandapool's special into the duo. Now I am going to use the special here. This is going to end up doing a nice rebound chain and getting us to the last wave. Deathpool, we're going to use the ultimate again. That's 4 charges on Deathpool, so now she is prepped for the next Mercenary Undying node. We're going to use the ultimate. And we're going to try to burn through these characters as quick as we can. So there is a trauma and ability block on Kang, so we can kind of focus down the ultimates right here. All right, we're gonna basic. Let's finish off the old friend right here by a basic. We're gonna end up using a basic into Kang. And let's go ahead and see what our score is for this hit. So we did end up getting a 165, 280. I have gotten about a 296. So this took me about 2 extra turns than it usually does on here. I think I was just a little bit cautious as far as trying to get Old Man Logan's abilities ready and trying to make sure I had those charges on the Death Pool. So this one could have been fine-tuned a little bit more, but I'm still pretty happy with the 280 on here. All right, so we are on node 6, and this node here has so much RNG check to really get a good efficiency score. This is going to be one of the bottlenecks for you trying to push that leaderboard. So what we have here is going to be the full Annihilators. ISO-wise, I do like Gladiator as a fortifier, Thanos Endgame as a striker. I like Raiders on Ultimus Gore, and I do like Striker on Silver Surfer. Now, the reason I like Striker on Silver Surfer is just so I can hit into and try to strip a lot of positive effects away on a lot of these characters. Now, the RNG checks that you're going to be looking for on here is basically when you kill the Panda Pools, do they come back? You can try to mitigate that by having Gore get the finishing blow on there. Also, if you're able to try to save certain abilities for when the Old Man Logan wave drops down so that we can really get a lot of control out there, that's going to help you out as well. If you can try to stop Old Man Logan from doing his special, that's also going to save you a lot of efficiency score. So let's go ahead and see how we can do on this hit. Now, the opening of this is going to be very crucial. I do like to target the middle Sasquatch and use Gore's special. That's going to get ability block on him and heal blocks around the area. That's also going to start hitting into the Panda Pools, which is good. For ultimates, I like doing the special into that same Sasquatch. That does end up stripping the taunts away. They end up getting reapplied, which causes ultimates to get more turn meter. For Silver Surfer, I like to use the ultimate into the other Sasquatch. Again, that's going to strip off the taunt, gets reapplied, pushing ultimates again. For Thanos Endgame, I do like using the special into the middle Sasquatch. The reason is the RNG, having the possibility going into the Panda Pools. I really like that. I'm going to follow that up by using the special from Gladiator. The taunts get stripped off, they get reapplied. Now Ultimus is able to go. This is very crucial. Now we're going to use the ultimate from the Ultimus, and that ends up getting the ability blocks on the 2 Panda Pools. Now this is going to be an RNG check coming in with the Gladiator. When Gladiator does his ultimate, it's a matter of who he ends up getting the stun. In this case, he did end up doing the ultimate and hitting into the Silver Surfer. If he ends up hitting into the Ultimus, we basically have to reset. So the opening RNG portion's done. Now the RNG is coming down to, can we take out these Panda Pools? Now I'm going to go for the lower health one. I'm going to basic into him. This can cause a mind control. So the ability block is off him, so that's going to be very deadly. I'm going to use the basic from Gore as opposed to the ultimate. I'm going to use the basic from Thanos Endgame. I want to save his ultimate for later on in the matchup. All right, we're going to use the ultimate from Gladiator, and hopefully we get the kill on this. So there's the kill. He did not come back. That's an RNG check again. So now we have one more Panda Pool we got to take out. We're going to try to go all in on him. There's no ability block on him, so he is going to end up ulting. If he gets his ultimate off on us, then we're going to have to restart. Let's go ahead and special. We get the striker hit. All right, Gore's up. We're going to special. That's going to get an ability block on him, so we do have some extra control. Let's go ahead and do the special. We get the positive effects off of him. We're going to save the special for the next wave. Let's go ahead and basic into the Panda Pool. All right, so Panda goes. He's still ability blocked, so we're still good. I'm going to try to get Gore to get the killing blow on the Panda Pool. I'm going to have Surfer go into the Guardian over here. All right, so Thanos Endgame's passive ends up proccing. We get a kill on Panda. We are doing really good on the RNG. Let's go ahead and hit into the Sasquatch right here. All right, we're gonna basic. All right, now that this wave is down, I'm gonna go into the North Star. I'm gonna special with the Gladiator. I wanted to get those evades off of him. We're gonna go in all into the Old Man Logan because we have the pack on to where the arena packs are on. Old Man Logan's not gonna get pushed as we're hitting into him. We're just gonna go all in on this Old Man Logan. Let's go ahead and ult. We're gonna end up using that now with the Gore. All right, now we're gonna end up using the ultimate from the Thanos endgame. And we're gonna throw the ult into Old Man Logan. So this North Star ends up doing an ultimate to us. We did have the safeguard up, so we're fine. All right, ult with the Gladiator. So there goes the Old Man Logan. The proc from Gore goes off. This is looking like a pretty good hit so far. Let's go ahead and take out this Sunfire before he goes. We're gonna special into the Death Pool here. We're gonna basic into the Death Pool. I want to save a special because we're gonna need that. All right, we're gonna basic. And let's see how quick we can get this North Star down. All right, let's go ahead and special into him. This should take him out now. There we go. Let's see what our score is on this hit. The Thanos being injured does worry me for that next Prowler node, but I think we might be okay. This got us a 165, 168. That's actually not a good score. Usually my good hits get me to about 232. My average hits is about 170 something. I think the North Star, me taking too many turns to kill him, did drain that a little bit, but you kind of at least get the premise of how that hit should end up going. For node 7, the global villain node, we're going to end up using our Cabal team again, and this time we're having Apocalypse in, as well as Agatha. Now, Agatha doesn't have her ultimate ready. However, her passive is very impactful and helps to save some efficiency on this hit. Apocalypse, he's going to be able to clear the first node, or the first wave on here. And as far as the Cabal, we're going to keep that Striker Skirmisher combination going. Let's go ahead and finish this node. The Spider-Man Big Time is going to be going first and ends up hitting into our pocket. That causes him to get the speed up. So now we are able to use the ultimate, and we're going to target the Morbius. This is going to clear away the entire wave. The Falcon Punch should end up taking out the Spider-Man Big Time, and now we have 5 characters that drop down. We're going to use the special from Agatha into Ghost that kills her. And for Namor, we're going to target the cluster in this area. We're going to end up doing a special. This does end up causing Agatha's passive to start proccing off. We're going to basic into the Agatha with the Iron Patriot. And leader, we're going to use the ultimate into the Morgan Le Fay. We're going to use the special into the Morbius, or Dr. Voodoo, sorry. And now we're going to finish off the amp. Let's go ahead and see what the score is on this one. We got a 165, 376. That's about average on what I get for this hit. The past few times I got that score. I know there are ways to get to the 400 mark on here. For that, I believe you need the ultimate ready for Agatha. However, I end up using that on the previous global villain node, but that is an option if you want to save your ultimate and use the efficiency here. For node 8, this is the next Prowler non-mythic, and we're going to end up using pretty much the same team that we did previously. However, I'm sliding in the ancient one in here. Now, Nightcrawler and Thanos Endgame are a little hurt on here. Thanos Endgame especially. However, we do have Blade's ultimate ready, and Guardian being able to give us the offense up. We still have some control with 2 stuns. Actually 3 stuns because of Ancient One. Now, if you don't have Ancient One, you can definitely slot Vol in here again. They are another fantastic option. Or if you want, you could end up going with a Spider-Man Pavitra, Lady Deathstrike, or Namor. There's a lot of good options that you can use as the 5th, especially if you don't have Blade's ultimate ready. I would just start kind of playing around with that 5th slot on there. So let's go ahead and get into this mode. So Nightcrawler is going first. We're going to use the ultimate, and that's going to get slows out. So that's really good that we got the ultimate prepared from that previous node. Now, they did end up going in on the Thanos endgame. That is unfortunate. I'm going to target the Gambit here and use the ultimate so we can get a blind on him and kind of protect us a little bit. That way we don't get blasted by his pinks. So that unfortunately did cause the taunt to go up on Rogue. Ancient One is up. We're going to use the special here. That is a nice AoE hit. That also gets counterattack on our entire team. Now we're going to use the ultimate into the Rogue. That's going to get a stun on her. And that cleared away 2 other characters. Now Dazzler is getting close to going. So let's go ahead and use the special from Thanos Endgame. Mainly, I wanted to try to get that chain, and I did get some damage on Dazzler. She is still going, but she should be getting no counterattacks. Apparently, that's not counterattackable. All right, so we have Nightcrawler up. Let's go ahead and basic into Rogue. I'm going to save a special. All right, so now we have Ancient One back up. We're going to end up ulting into the Colossus, and this does a nice rebound along with a stun. There we got the kill on the Colossus. Let's go ahead and basic into Dazzler. She's kind of ruining my day right now. All right, we're going to special into Dazzler. All right, so there goes Dazzler. Let's go ahead and special into Kitty Pryde. That's going to get offense up back to us. And I am watching Madeline Pryor's turn meter. If she has a ticking time bomb, if she ends up going, that could end up ruining us. Ancient One who got a special, this should clear the wave. Perfect. Let's go ahead and see the score. I think this one feels pretty good. This got us a 344. That's actually a really good score. Usually I get about like a 336 or like a 328 type of score. So this is actually pretty good. It's making up for one of the previous nodes that I messed up on. All right, we are on to node 9, and what we're going to be using here is the 3-piece Undyne, including Zombie Scarlet Witch. Now, if you don't have her, you can definitely slot in somebody like Bakken or Zombie Iron Man. Those are 2 good options. I would probably go with Bakken personally. He deals out a lot more damage, and we're going to be killing them so fast. Zombie Iron Man really won't be able to take advantage of his passive. Deathpool, we have the passive being worked up again, so we can use the one-hit kill on Adam Warlock. And Old Man Logan, we have behind the Zombie Juggernaut. I did make everybody strikers, and him still a skirmisher, so we can take advantage of the striker-skirmisher combination. Let's go ahead and get in this node. So at the start of this matchup, we see that Deathpool does have 5 charges on her. So that means that we want to save that ultimate for when Adam Warlock drops down. So we're going to use the basic into the cloak. He's going to be our main target right off the bat as far as control goes. Old Man Logan does the special into him, so we do land a stun. If he ends up dodging that just to restart the node, it's not worth trying to keep going through it when he ends up getting the blinds out. Now, if you don't have Old Man Logan's special ready, you can go for the ultimate and then just bring him down that way. That's another good option. Nova does end up doing the special into the Zombie Juggernaut that ends up hitting the position for Old Man Logan, so that way he gets the max return meter. For Zombie Juggernaut, we're going to hit into the vulnerable of the dagger and use the special. That's going to get slows out on the entire field. And Zombie Scarlet Witch, we're just going to special into the dagger. It's just extra damage on her, then she does that nice AoE blast as well. For Old Man Logan, we're going to target the Nova and use the ultimate now. So there is an ability block that is on this Thor. We're going to end up using the ultimate from Hela on him. That's going to spread the ability blocks. So the Groots do end up getting killed off. There is RNG if they do end up coming back. If they do, that could drain a little bit of efficiency, but it shouldn't be a big deal. For Zombie Juggernaut, we're going to use the ultimate into the Nova. That's going to hit the Cosmo and heal up the Juggernaut pretty good as well. Let's go ahead and take out the Nova. We're going to special from the Nova into the adjacent characters of the wave that just came in. Let's go ahead and target the Gwenpool. We're going to special into her. Now, there is a Firestar back in this corner. She is pretty dangerous. If she gets her ultimate off, that could be some pretty bad news. We're going to end up using the ultimate into her. Because there was the evades, I didn't want to use the special. We're going to end up targeting the Thor. We're going to use the basic. The reason I targeted there is so I can hit some more adjacent areas. Let's go ahead and focus down this Firestar a little bit. I'm going to basic with the Zombie Juggernaut into her. All right, now we're going to go into the Gwenpool. We're going to use the special from Old Man Logan. That's going to get the stun on her. So we don't have to worry about her doing a special into us. We are clearing this wave pretty good. The next wave ends up dropping down. We're going to go into the Thor Infinity War. And when it gets to Deathpool's turn, we're going to use that ultimate on the Adam Warlock to get that perma kill. All right, so Deathpool is up. Going to target Adam Warlock. We're going to ult. That gets the kill on him. And now we can focus down the Thor Infinity War. Hello, we're going to use the ultimate to spread those negative effects. We're now targeting the Moondragon and using the ultimate. All right, back to Thor Infinity War. So the Zombie Scarlet Witch was able to get another Zombie Juggernaut out. That is perfect. Let's go ahead and target the Moondragon. We're going to end up ulting with her. And we're going to special with the Zombie Juggernaut. That kills two of the characters. You get a striker hit, maybe. No, he does have ISOs. But we did get some good damage on her. Let's go ahead and we're going to special into her. I believe that does more damage. Special from the Deathpool for the percentile damage. All right, there she goes. Now we just have to worry about the Deathpool. And there should be an easy cleanup here. Let's ult. And let's see what score we got on this one. This got us a 248. That's about average. Usually get about a 232 to 248 range. 248 is kind of on the higher end of what I usually get for this. So that was a pretty good hit for me on this one. For node 10, this one here, we're going to end up using our full Illuminati team with Iron Man. Now, again, I have that one diamond Captain Britain. I believe if you have Black Bolt, you should still be able to one-shot this node. The same positioning is going to happen where Iron Man is between the Hank Pym and the Black Panther Shuri. Same ISOs as before as well. The plan for this node is to try to get down to the Odin and have most of our important, impactful abilities ready so we can drain them down as fast as possible. Now, this node actually isn't too difficult. It's a little bit of RNG-ish as far as how fast you can kill the mobs. That's basically what it's going to come down to for your efficiency. For the start of this matchup, I like to target the Jane Thor and use the special. That ends up getting the ability block. It does a nice chain around. And usually the Loki can get killed off by just the passives and a little bit of the chain. For Hank Pym, I like to do the basic into the Sylvie. That usually ends up killing her before she gets a turn off. For Captain Britain, I'm going to use the special into the Thor. That's going to end up chaining back and forth. And as you see, that is some pretty significant damage. We already got the Thor killed off. We're going to end up using the basic from Mr. Fantastic. That chains around, we get two more characters killed off. Now we're going to basic into the Sif. Now that the Valkyrie has dropped, there's going to be some slight RNG on if we end up killing somebody, if her passive ends up going off. I'm going to target the Sif because there's the taunt currently on her. I'm just going to end up basic. We end up not killing anybody, so we did get lucky there. So there, the Hank Pym killed somebody off, and the Valkyrie passive did not go. We're going to use the ultimate from Hank Pym. This just does some nice AoE damage. And there's another kill. And again, no passive going off. We are going to use the ultimate just to get the stun on Valkyrie, so we don't have to worry about that passive basically proccing and can ruin our run. Next up, we're going to target the Beta Ray Bill and use the ultimate from Mr. Fantastic. And we're going to end up basic into the Beta Ray Bill. I want to kill him off before he gets the ultimate off on us. If he gets the ultimate off on us, that's basically a reset. So this wave does end up getting cleared out. We are going to have to burn some abilities from Iron Man. Let's go ahead and basic into the Vol. And we're going to end up saving the special here in case we don't get the... Well, this one here does about 400% damage. This does 450. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the stun into the Hela. Let's go ahead and special. This is going to get some ability energy back to the Black Panther Shuri, which I want her ultimate back. Now we have this ready for when Odin comes down. We're going to use the special into the Sylvie. And now we want to take out the Vol really quick because Odin is about to drop down. When he drops down, we need to go all in on him. All right, we're going to end up doing a special. The main reason is the basic does more damage. However, the special allowed us to kill the Heimdall. So this one here does the 450. We're going to end up using the ultimate into Odin. We're going to use the ultimate from the Black Panther Shuri into Odin. And we're going to use the ultimate, get the striker hits, and that should kill him off. Perfect. Let's see what our score is on this hit. This got us a 272. That's a fairly good score. Average is about 256 to 264, so it's slightly above. I have gotten a 280 and a 296 before, so there is some leeway to go on there. Now, we didn't really get the same score. We're about 80 points behind our record. However, this guide should help you guys out, kind of fine-tune some of the moves. There was a couple nodes I could have done a little bit better, but at least gave you the blueprint on how to really push for these trials. Now, if you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I'm going to have the timestamps and the video link for my previous run in the description. That way, if you don't have these characters, you can at least use that as a reference point as well. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.